Hello everyone, I'm Day Weather meteorologist Don Day with your Public Lands Council weekly weather update for this April 22nd, 2023. It's being brought to you by Ag Risk Advisors and also being brought to you by WSR Insurance Services Incorporated. We're going to round out April downright chilly, not only for the western United States, but from the northern plains, and it's going to cool off over most of the lower 48. The only areas really not that cold will be central and southern California and the southwest United States, but the rest of the nation, as you'll see here in a moment, is going to be pretty darn chilly. Rain, snow chances are going to be high as well, and this is good news. We may see finally some needed spring precipitation for the very dry plains of eastern Colorado, possibly many areas of Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas. We're hoping Nebraska as well, where it's very, very dry, where the drought conditions are at the worst. Those areas, maybe not everybody, but those areas have some chances of some decent amounts of precipitation, but it will come in the form of rain and, yes, snow, as the unseasonably cold weather will be with us. And to really have a consistently warmer pattern in the west and parts of the northern plains, we're going to have to wait till May. I don't think it's going to be until after the weekend after this one before we really see any significant warming trend. Now, over the last week, little bit of precipitation more than the week before, especially over portions of central and northern and eastern Colorado, through parts of Nebraska, the Dakotas, Montana. Very wet with rain and really mostly snow. And the Pacific Northwest has been consistently wet, and that trend continued for another week. But we still have this very dry area right here, and this is one area where there might be some help on the way. Temperature-wise for the last week, well, as we all know, after a bit of a warmer period early in April, boy, now we have seen the colder weather return for the last week over most of the northern and western areas of the United States. The latest drought monitor continues to show the worst drought conditions in this area right here. And we're showing you this map because we're going to show you where there might be some precipitation coming over the next 7 to 10 days. All due to cold northwest winds aloft coming in out of Canada. Strong storm in the Great Lakes this weekend will bring cold, blustery weather to many areas in the middle part of the country. Then as we get to the end of next week, another low forms and drives cold, moist air south into the region. Now the combination is going to lead to colder, wet conditions developing across the western high plains, parts of the northern plains, and the Rockies. It's going to come with some pretty chilly temperature readings, and look at these temperatures. This is the 10-day temperature anomaly that takes us to the 1st of May. So you can see, other than the far west here where it's a little warmer than average, the rest of the country is cold, and all those green areas, well, that's very cold. So when you take a look at the temperatures since the 1st of the year, since January 1st, the blue areas show that temperatures have consistently been colder than normal. The orange, yellow areas where it's been warmer than normal. So you can see, as we all know in the West, that's where the cold has been focused all winter long and into the beginning of the spring. Now, over the next 7 to 10 days, with these systems moving in, we've got this area right here of heavier precipitation. Now, it could end up being going more north or more south, but we're seeing this potential area right here within the circle. This area is going to have the best chance of some decent precipitation over the next 7 to 10 days, back into the Rockies as well and parts of the northern plains. And yeah, some of it will be in the form of snow. So stock growers, especially in this area here and up here in the northern plains, you need to continue to watch if you're lambing or calving for cold, wet conditions for the rest of April. We're just not going to warm up until we get beyond next weekend, and we do see the first week of May trending warmer across the West. Have yourself a good week ahead. Stay warm and be ready for some unsettled weather.